Welcome to Data Science in Your Pocket. And wow, I am absolutely thrilled to introduce you to this explainer today because we're looking at a massive leap forward in the AI ecosystem. We are diving into the groundbreaking new MiniMax M3 model. This is essentially the multi-step frontier of open multimodal AI. Look, if you've been following the struggles of open-weight models trying to catch up with the closed-source giants, especially in complex multi-step reasoning, you are absolutely going to want to pay close attention to this. Okay, let's dive into this. The core premise of what makes M3 such a real game changer is simple, but honestly profound. It's the very first open-weight model to bring three frontier capabilities together. We're not just talking about some minor incremental update here. The MiniMax M3 brings serious coding and agentic power, a massive 1 million token context window, and true native multimodality straight to the open world. Combining all three of those in an open-weight format, yeah, that just simply hasn't been done before. So here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll officially meet the MiniMax M3. Then we'll unpack its native multimodality and massive context. After that, we'll see some autonomous AI in action, review its top-tier benchmark performance, and finally, cover how to start integrating M3 right into your workflows. All right, Section 1, Meet the MiniMax M3, Bridging the Gap in Open-Weight Models. Because until now, only a handful of closed-source giants really possessed these kinds of combined frontier capabilities. Moving on to Section 2, Native Multimodality and Massive Context, building from step 0. So to really understand how M3 operates, we have to look under the hood at its foundation, Minimax Sparse Attention, or MSA. This is their proprietary architecture, and it's the engine that allows the M3 API to support up to a staggering 1 million token context window. Plus, it comes with a guaranteed minimum of 512K tokens. Now, why does that actually matter to you as a developer? Well, because a 1 million token context isn't just some neat party trick, right? It's the absolute essential infrastructure you need for long-range agent tasks, feeding in massive coding repositories and genuinely understanding long-form video. It gives the model the actual memory capacity to hold onto incredibly complex problems without just dropping the thread halfway through. And let's think about how this builds into their multimodal approach. When you compare a truly native multimodal model to a superficial add-on, the difference is night and day. The developers at MiniMax completely rebuilt their entire data pipeline to scale pre-training data to over 100 trillion tokens. They trained this model multimodally from step 0, meaning this isn't just a text model that had vision bolted on later as an afterthought. Because it was native right from the get-go, M3 achieves this deep, fundamental alignment between textual and visual spaces. Section 3, Autonomous AI in Action. Show, don't just tell. Now, what's really interesting about this is how M3 shifts from pure architectural theory to dramatic, real-world feats. This is where it truly flexes its muscles. Listen to this incredible sequence. MiniMax tasks the M3 with independently reproducing an ICLR 2025 outstanding paper on the learning dynamics of LLM fine-tuning. Step 1. M3 used its native multimodal capabilities to parse the complex charts and formulas straight out of the paper. Step 2. It used that massive context window to fit the entire paper, the source code, and all the experiment logs into a single window. And then Step 3. Using its long horizon coding capabilities, it ran continuously for nearly 12 hours. It independently produced 18 commits and generated 23 experimental figures, perfectly replicating the core experiments of a top-tier academic paper, all on its own. And hey, if replicating a paper wasn't enough for you, consider this 24-hour timeline for CUDA optimization. They handed M3 an insanely compute-intensive task, optimizing an FP8 gem kernel on NVIDIA Hopper GPUs. They gave it a simple task description and a completely non-runnable Triton skeleton. That was it. That was the starting point. Over the next 24 hours, M3 autonomously made 1,959 tool calls and knocked out 147 benchmark submissions. The end result? A 9.4 times speedup. Which brings us to this absolutely staggering number, 71.3%. Because of those 1,959 tool calls, M3 pushed the hardware's peak utilization from a measly 7.6% all the way up to 71.3%. And I literally cannot emphasize this enough. It achieved this with zero human intervention. None. It planned, coded, tested, and iterated entirely on its own. It's a real game changer. Section 4, Top-Tier Benchmark Performance. rivaling the closed-source giants. Let's look at the data. And this brilliantly illustrates the hard facts behind those autonomous stories. Check out these Browse Comp scores, which measure autonomous browsing and information retrieval. MiniMax M3 scores a highly impressive 83.5. That actually surpasses Opus 4.7, which is sitting at 79.3. This just goes to show that M3 is undeniably world-class when it comes to navigating the web and gathering complex info completely independently. Then we have the post-train bench evaluation. For this one, M3 was handed 4 pre-train-only base models and was asked to autonomously complete a full pipeline. We're talking data synthesis, training, evaluation, and iteration, all within 12 hours. Again, 0 human hand-holding. M3 scored 37.1, ranking number 3 overall. That puts it just slightly behind the closed-source giants Opus 4.7 and GPT 5.5, but sitting significantly ahead of all the other models out there. Finally, Section 5, integrating M3 into workflows, empowering developer choice. Let's talk about how you actually use this thing. We've seen exactly what it can do, so how can you leverage it today? Well, integrating the v2.1 API is incredibly quick and painless. As you can see, it's just a standard REST API call pointing straight to the MiniMax chat completion endpoint, simply specifying the model as MiniMax M3. And what's absolutely fantastic here is that it features full automatic cache support. You don't have to configure a single thing on your end to get it working. And you get the exact same reliable results, but with even faster response speeds. But beyond just a simple API call, you have a whole wealth of deployment options. You can use the MiniMax Code integration, which is their general agent platform that's now fully open, meaning you can experience all those coding and multimodal capabilities without writing any of your own scaffolding. There's the standard open platform API we just talked about, and importantly, true to their word for the community, M3 will very soon be fully open sourced on Hugging Face and GitHub. That is going to empower you to handle private cluster deployments and totally custom fine-tuning. Oh, and for those of you looking to leverage the incredibly cost-effective token plan, it's definitely worth mentioning their clever referral system. Basically, if you invite friends, your invitees get a 10% discount, and you get a 10% rebate as the inviter. It's a really smart, mutually beneficial way to scale up your usage while the performance just keeps automatically improving under the hood. So, we've walked through the cutting-edge MSA architecture, we've seen those mind-bending 12-hour autonomous coding feats, and we know exactly how easily you can deploy it through their API or the upcoming open-source releases. The MiniMax M3 is honestly successfully bridging the gap between open-weight models and the absolute top-tier closed-source giants, which really just leaves us with one final, very exciting question. With a massive million tokens of context and powerful autonomous agents now freely available at your fingertips, what will you build next? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I seriously cannot wait to see what you all create with this incredible technology.